Did you know that at 250 miles per hour, the tires of a Bugatti Veyron are experiencing so much lateral G-force that they will tear themselves apart after just 12 minutes? Yeah, just like that. But worry not, because at that speed, you'll be out of fuel in just 10 minutes. So you're safe.
Yeah, that's a safety feature.
And if you like that one, here are 100 more facts about wheels and tires. Hey, I'm Stipe. Let's roll. Number 2. Remember Nokia phones? Well, before branching out into telecommunications, they used to make all sorts of stuff like this, and yes, car tires too. They are still in business, by the way, under the name Nokian, which is just a genitive of Nokia. Number 3, Goodyear also made lots of other stuff too. Airships, rubber boats, hoses, Vegas chips, and even an artificial heart. That's my favorite one. Number 4, they say the wheel was invented some 6,000 years ago in the Neolithic Mesopotamia area. To this day, it's still considered as one of the most significant points in the development of human civilization. Number 5, meanwhile, sewing needles, woven baskets, and the rope were all invented before, but they don't get as much praise. Nobody's ever said it's the greatest thing since the invention of baskets.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Number 6, guess which company is the largest manufacturer of tires? Goodyear, Bridgestone, Michelin? Nope, it's Lego. 306 million tiny tires per year. Yeah, it's kind of a bullshit fact, but still interesting. Number 7, car manufacturers do not make their own wheels. Mercedes, BMW, GM, Ford, Volkswagen, Honda, Toyota, Renault, and many, many more have their wheels made by a company called Maxion. Number 8, specially designed aerodynamic wheels can improve your fuel economy or battery range depending on what you drive. Car and Driver tested these 2 designs and found an average improvement of 3.4% in efficiency with the Aero wheels. Number 9, since there's less rolling resistance, properly inflated tires can also improve the efficiency up to the same amount. Or to put it in numbers that are easier to understand, inflating your tires can save you $80 per year, mother. 180 if you're in the UK, since fuel is more expensive there. That's actually useful information. Number 10, many high-performance cars have their tires filled with nitrogen instead of regular air. That's because nitrogen doesn't expand as much at higher temperatures, meaning your lap times won't suffer due to all the tire pressure changes. Number 11. You wouldn't think that tires have evolved much in the past 20 years. I mean, they're still round, all black, and filled with air, but you'd be wrong. Check this out. In 2004, Porsche Carrera GT set a Nürburgring lap time of 7 minutes 28 seconds while being equipped with the best tires available, the Michelin Pilot Sport 2. Those were actually designed specifically for that car. 20 years later, Porsche gave it another go, now with the successor of those tires, the Michelin Cup 2. The result? 16 seconds quicker. 16! That's huge. It's like your mom. If you want to make your stock car faster, never mind giving it more power, invest in some wheels and tires first. Car Throttle had a series of videos where they were upgrading an old BMW with different mods and running laps after each one to see how much improvement there was. Guess what made the most difference? Yep, wheels and tires. Number 13, a tire explosion has the equivalent of 100 to 150 grams of TNT. That's about as much as what you get from a hand grenade.
Fatality.
Number 14, dating back to the 15th century, the word tire came about as a short form of attire. The idea is that a wheel with a tire is a dressed wheel. Oh, it's fancy. Also in British English, they spell it with a Y, T-Y-R-E. Number 15, the first pneumatic tires were invented in 1887 by a Scottish veterinarian named John Boyd Dunlop. Hey, that name sounds familiar. His tires weren't made for cars, but bicycles. Probably because cars hardly even existed back then. Number 16, in the first 25 years of their existence, tires were white. This is because the rubber itself is white. The black color came as a result of adding carbon to enhance their durability and strength. 17. In the 1930s, Brooks Walker invented a mechanism that would turn your spare wheel into a parallel parking one. Dude then spent the next 40 years perfecting his invention, but it never caught on. 18. If you get a puncture on a run-flat tire, don't panic. These have reinforced sidewalls strong enough to support the weight of the car on their own for another 50 miles or so, which should be enough time to find yourself a tire repair shop. Number 19. The operating temperature of an F1 tire is around 210 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius, which is enough to give you a second-degree burn. Now you know why those tire-changing mechanics are all wearing gloves. It's Car Education Channel! 20. The world record for changing the tires on an F1 car is just 1.8 seconds. The skill and muscle memory of these pit crews is on such a level that they can do it even in complete darkness. Although they are a bit slower then.
Ooh, you suck!
21. Toyo puts crushed walnut shells in their winter tires. These shells are incredibly hard, and they act like tiny spikes that dig into ice to give you more grip.
We've got nuts.
22. Citroen SM Rally Car stole the wheel idea from a moon buggy. Both are fiberglass reinforced composite, which is much lighter than steel and performs surprisingly well, even in the rough rally terrain. Later, they were even offered on the regular road models too. Number 23. Carbon fiber this, carbon fiber that, but what about carbon fiber wheels? Since just recently, also yes. Only a few really expensive or track-focused cars have them, but they cost a ton, so don't expect to see them on your Hyundai anytime soon. Well, I'll be damned. Number 24, before carbon, magnesium was the go-to material for making lightweight wheels. Too bad they're extremely brittle and prone to corrosion. Still, you have performance cars with mag wheels coming out even today because, well, 1 second faster in a lap time simply matters more. Also, people just like to feel special.
I'm special.
Number 25, in 1960, Goodyear developed tires that glow. No, they weren't radioactive or anything like that, but made out of semi-translucent polyurethane. Put light bulbs inside of them, and now you have tires that look like they're glowing. Number 26, on the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio, it's the wheels that are glowing, and by wheels I mean individual electric motors shaped like wheels and then wrapped in tires. Yes, this whole thing is an electric motor. Number 27, did you know that there's a date of birth written on your tires? This little 4-digit DOT number tells you which week of which year they were produced. Go look for yourself. Number 28, another important writing on the tire wall is this set of numbers, the dimensions. How wide the tire tread is, how tall is the sidewall, how big is the hole? All the questions we asked about your sister and these tires. Notice how these numbers don't make any sense? Well, that's because none of them are the same unit of measurements. Width is in millimeters. Height is displayed as a percentage of that width number. And lastly, this is in inches. Who came up with this nonsense? The standard US measurement, now mostly found on off-road tires, used to be much simpler. This is height, width, and hole, all in inches. Simpler, better. The metric system sucks. Number 29, 9 tires are discarded each second. Some are recycled or repurposed into other things, but most are just thrown into a tire graveyard. Those can often catch fire and burn for days, months, or even years. Number 30. Dodge Demon is the only production car that can do a wheelie launch thanks to its super smooth and sticky tires. They're actually road legal too, well, barely. So when buying the Demon, you need to sign a waiver accepting the blame if you use the car in the rain, spin out, and die. That's comforting. 31. The Achilles heel of the BMW i3 isn't its battery or the poor range, it's those 20-inch wheels that are made super narrow for better efficiency. Only a few brands make tires in such weird dimensions, and they're all very, very expensive. I'm gonna crack open another brew. Public service announcement, don't drink and drive, drink and have a YouTube channel. Appreciate your likes and subscribes, do all of that stuff. 32, you can get even narrower wheels for the Demon straight from the factory. Granted, they're only an optional extra for people who are super serious about drag racing. Otherwise, you get the same wheels that they put in the rear, the 315s, which make them the widest front wheels on any car ever made. Number 33, Thrust SCC, the fastest land-moving vehicle, has no tires, just bare metal disc for wheels. When traveling at 765 miles per hour, the forces on the edge of those wheels exceeds 35,000 Gs, which no rubber can survive. Number 34, it takes 7 years for a rubber tree to grow before you can harvest it. Also, they grow only in tropical climates. That's a problem that Goodyear and the US Department of Defense are working on together to solve by planting flowers. Dandelions, turns out, also produce rubber, are ready for harvest in just 6 months, and are more resilient to different climates. This means that in the future, we will drive on dandelion tires, and the term flower power will have a whole new meaning. Number 35, the contact area between the tire and the road is about as big as a postcard. That's it. That is all. And that's where all the grip must happen to accelerate and corner and brake. Number 36, these tiny zigzaggy grooves in the tires are called sipes after their inventor, John Sipes. Sometime in the 1920s, he worked as a butcher and discovered that his shoes were slipping much less on the wet floor after he cut such small grooves into them. Thanks, Mr. Sipes. Number 37, remember how when making a snowball, the snow kind of sticks harder together the more you press it? Well, it's the same principle that makes the winter tires work. They're all designed to pack as much snow in between their treads as possible. So when you drive on such snowy tires on a snowy road, this pressing together is what gives you the snow sticky grip. Number 38, people use these words interchangeably, but rims and wheels are not the same thing. A wheel is an entire thing, rim is only the edge that keeps the tire in place. Learn the difference.
Nice rims.
Number 39, this is how car tires got slightly wider and wider with time, until 1985 when Kuhnka showed up with its massive 345 rears. Look at the size of those mamma jammas. Today, however, we have even larger ones, 355 on the 4th Gen Viper ACR and a few other models, and then the 365 on the Bugatti Veyron. 22 years later, this is still the widest tire on any car, ever. Number 40, aftermarket wheels didn't show up until 1956. Before then, what you got from the factory is what you got, and if you didn't like it, well, tough luck, I guess. Then came the American racing equipment and practically invented the industry, which is now worth $40 billion globally. 41. As with everything, wheels are also subject to counterfeiting. The imitation replica wheels may look the same, but the quality is just nowhere near the genuine ones. Also, take a guess where most of them are made.
China!
Number 42. Due to low labor cost, most genuine wheels are also made in China.
I love China.
Number 43, did you know that you can buy special tires that give out a colored smoke? Now that is how you do a frickin' gender reveal.
A boy! A boy!
Take notes, internet! Number 44, Porsche has an OCD when it comes to those wheel hub covers with their logos on them. The tip of the shield logo always has to point to the wheel valve stem. If that is not the case, it means your car has been serviced by an unauthorized mechanic.
I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Number 45, pushing the wheels out with the spacers does give your car a meter stance, but this can also cause a number of issues too. The suspension geometry is designed with the right wheel in mind, and when you offset that, you have more tire wear, worse stability at braking, and reduced spring rate of the suspension, more wear on the bearings. Is it really worth it? Yes it is. Number 46, Michelin once created a 10-wheel Citroen DS to test really big tires. It weighed over 10 tons, had two Chevy V8s, and had a really fitting nickname, the Centipede. Number 47, there's a whole subculture of modified cars that's all about having flashy, oversized wheels. They're called donks, and they are often laughed at, but who's laughing now, Essay? Number 48, the electric Escalade IQ has the largest wheels ever fitted on a passenger car. They don't look oversized since the whole vehicle is ginormous, but those are actually 24 inches. That's donk territory. Number 49, to no one's surprise, the smallest car in history also has the smallest wheels too. Those are just 6 inches across. Number 50, Citroen DS has a clever self-leveling hydropneumatic suspension, which allows it to drive around with one wheel entirely missing. Number 51, Forgiato Radaris are possibly the craziest aftermarket wheels on the market. Instead of spokes, they use clear polycarbonate disc made of that bulletproof, shatterproof, impossible to break material. Number 52, Mugen, which is to Honda what AMG is to Mercedes, made these cool looking George Foreman grill inspired wheels for their hot models. And I do mean hot. All those ribs are actually heat sinks that dissipate heat from the brakes. Is it hot here? I'm sweating. Number 53, Pirelli collaborated twice with Volkswagen to create special editions of the Mark I and Mark V Golf GTI. Apart from having Pirelli tires,
Well, duh.
they were also fitted with very unique Pirelli wheels. If you haven't noticed by now, these are the Pirelli P letters. Number 54, since 2003, all Rolls-Royces have these weighted wheel center caps that have the RR logo always stay upright even when the car is moving. Volkswagen then copied this trick, but ironically, they weren't compatible with their most luxurious models. Number 55, unless we count that Uniroyal ad, which used to be a Ferris wheel during the 1964 World Fair, the largest tire ever is a 14-foot tall Michelin XDR. Later, you'll even learn how much it costs. Spoiler, a lot. Number 56, wheels do not occur in nature. They are 100% a human-made invention. Number 57, initially, wheels were only used in pottery. It took over 300 years for someone to figure out that they can be used for transportation too. Number 58, contrary to popular belief, these little caps are not designed to keep the air in your tires, but to prevent the dirt from clogging up the valves. Number 59, the Bugatti valve caps are, of course, more special than your regular ones. They weigh just 2.5 grams, but you should know when going over 261 miles per hour, that number grows to 16 pounds. It's like being on a planet with 3,000 times the Earth's gravity without being crushed. Number 60, at 50 miles an hour, a set of average new car tires can disperse nearly 8 gallons or 30 liters of water every second. Go faster and you'll start to aquaplane, which is basically gliding on top of the water without much control. Number 60. But how come F1 cars don't aquaplane when going 200 miles per hour? Obviously, better tires specially designed for rain, but also crazy downforce which pushes them down through the water and into the road. Number 62. McLaren Artura was the first car to be fitted with Pirelli Cyber tires. What's so cyber about them? They have small Bluetooth sensors fitted inside that relay things like tire pressure, temperature, ABS data, and of course send notifications when it's time to buy the new ones.
Shit, we're at 63 and I just finished a beer.
NHRA top fuel cars go through tires faster than Amber Heard goes through bed sheets. These mammoth jammas are good for just 6 runs or 2 miles in total, but seeing how much torture they go through, I'm surprised they last longer than 1 run. Number 64, Mickey Thompson from the Mickey Thompson Tire Company started his business after every other tire company failed to build the tires for his 400 mile per hour land speed record car.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Number 65, during World War II, the United States temporarily banned spare tires on new cars in order to save rubber. Number 66, Michelin is working to make the airless Tweel technology a reality. Instead of air pressure, these tires and wheels in one use many rubber spokes. They aren't ready for cars yet and maybe never will be, but you can get them for your lawnmower and stuff. Number 67, William Hamilton Albee invented roll-and-ons, huge inflated bags for wheels. Their squishiness made them perfect for going over the roughest terrains in the world, or perfect for running people over. Ford should put them on their Mustangs. Am I right? Number 68, speaking of rough terrain, the Mars rover has a cool Easter egg on its wheels. These holes are Morse code spelling JPL, the Jamaican Premier League. Just kidding, of course. It stands for Jet Propulsion Lab, NASA's research center in California, where the rover was made. I feel like I gotta take my pants off for the rest of this video. 69.
Nice.
DARPA, the Military Advanced Research Agency, is working on shape-shifting wheels which go from round to triangular tracks for better traction, no matter the surface.
The Optimum Prime!
Number 70. In 1900, Michelin published a very popular guide for French motorists. It included road maps with a lot of information like the location of petrol stations, recommended attractions, and recommended places to eat, among a lot of other stuff. Anyways, these recommended places to eat weren't just picked at random. Michelin sent very strict food critics to pick out the best ones, and those that got picked were awarded a star. Not a big deal at first, but with time, these stars became the most prestigious awards in the cooking industry, and it all came from a tire manufacturer. Also, in case you're curious, here's what the number of stars means. Number 71, the earliest mascots in Michelin, you know, the Michelin Man, weren't quite so friendly looking as he is today. Holy shit, that's some nightmare fuel right there. Number 72, the defective Firestone tires that were fitted on the 1990s Ford Explorer caused blowouts, rollovers, and over 200 deaths in the US alone, earning Ford and Firestone a lawsuit, and this SUV a new nickname, the Exploder.
That is a Ford Exploder, everybody. Watch out.
Number 73, because of the Explorer's bad reputation, U-Haul put a ban on hitching up their trailers to them, a ban that is still active even for the latest 2025 Explorers. Number 74, Mecanum wheels have a series of rollers placed diagonally in a circle. These can move easily in any direction without even steering. Number 75, according to the NHTSA research, retreaded tires, if done right, are just as safe as new ones. Still, the fear in the public remains, and truck drivers tend not to put them on wheels that are doing all the steering. Number 76, Michelin thinks that 3D printed rubber will soon be the norm. Why buy an all-new tire when all you need is just a new top layer? That's gonna be cheaper, right? Right? Number 77. Have you ever noticed that new tires have those little rubber hairs? Those are actually a byproduct of the manufacturing process. During the vulcanization of rubber compounds inside the molds, that's a real thing, gases are formed. So the molds have these exit veins for them to escape somewhere. However, a bit of rubber gets pushed inside those veins too, and that's how you get these hairs. Number 78, this Ukrainian 4x4 called the Sherp has tires to body proportions so high that it can float on water. It even has small paddles on its tires to help it with, well, paddling across lakes and rivers and shit. Number 79, stretching the tires to fit much wider wheels and then cambering those wheels is the dumbest and possibly the most dangerous car trend ever. Not only will this happen, but before it does, you're going to be driving on a much smaller contact patch too. Lose even a bit of the traction, and off you go into a tree, or worse, someone else. How is this stuff even legal? I have no idea. Number 80.
Oh yeah, the pants are coming off.
In the 1970s, millions of tires were intentionally sunk off the Florida coast to build an artificial reef. This backfired as they leaked chemicals and broke apart, doing more harm than good. We've been cleaning up the mess since 2007 and aren't even halfway there. Number 81. The most expensive Bugatti ever made has a set of 3D printed wheels whose design was done using the process of evolution. The engineers just input the forces these wheels would be facing, ran an evolution program to not just find the strongest shape for the job, but the lightest one too. And that's how you get this almost organic design. Naturally, you can already get the fake ones from China. Number 82. The Bugatti Veyron wheels can only be fitted with the Michelin Pilot Sports Pax tires, which cost $42,000 a set. Now you know why so many Veyrons are riding on aftermarket wheels. They can be fitted with cheaper rubber. Number 83, if $42K for a set is much, then what would you say to around $42,000 each? Each. These are those 14-foot tall Michelin XDRs I mentioned before, which are made for the Caterpillar 797. Also, notice that this tower of a vehicle has 6 wheels, so 6 times 42K, that's GT3 RS kind of money, just on tires. Number 84. In Dubai, hey, where else? There's a company that makes by far the most expensive tires with gold and diamonds in them. A set that cost 600 grand. Some people have way too much money to spend if you ask me. Number 85. Ever notice these little bars between the treads? Those are the wear indicators. When they are flush with the surrounding tread, guess what? It's time to buy a new one. There are other methods too, like this one, or the good old penny method. Stick a penny coin upside down, and if you can't see the top of Lincoln's head, you're still good to go. Number 86. This is the Gyro X, a two-wheel car which can stay upright thanks to having you guessed it, a gyroscope. Because the gyro works only when the engine does, the X is also fitted with these training wheels for when you turn it off, so I guess it's a four-wheel car after all. Number 87, inspired by the Tyrrell P34 F1 car, both these Panther and the Covini had 4 smaller wheels up in the front for better cornering and traction. None of these 3 had much of a lasting success, you could say though. Number 88, the longest car in the world is the Cadillac Eldorado, or rather 6 Eldorados welded together into one. It's over 100 feet long, has a helipad, a pool, a mini golf course, and in case you weren't counting, 26 wheels in total. Wait, isn't that more than the 6 Eldorados then? Number 89, in 2001, some Aussie lawyer guy patented the Circular Transportation Facilitation Device, aka the wheel. Not out of greed, but to prove that the new Australian patent system is heavily flawed. What the f***? Number 90. The Goodyear Aero wheels will make your cars fly. Yeah, I don't think so.
We already have flying cars. They're called helicopters. They're noisy. They have to create a downward thrust of air equal to its own weight. If you're gonna have a flying car, that's what it's gonna have to do.
Where were we? 91. More and more cars are coming out of the factory with self-sealing tires. The way these work is that the inside is lined with gooey, sticky stuff, which can plug in holes as big as a quarter of an inch. Number 92. Remember when cars came with a full spare wheel as standard?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Then they took that away to give us a space saver. And now, a repair kit that uses an air compressor to inject that gooey stuff and pump up the tires. Mind you, if you have a larger hole, that won't work, and you'll still be stranded.
Fucking thing sucks.
Seriously, what's wrong with having a spare?
So not carrying a spare wheel can make a real difference, and that's good for everybody.
Oh yeah, good for everybody. Number 93. The ancient Aztecs, Mayans, and Incas never figured out the wheel. They got all the way to the 15th century and no one was ever like, wouldn't it be easier to roll things around? Number 94. Most modern cars have a slight angle called caster in their alignment geometry, which helps the car naturally return to a straight path after turning. Imagine the steering center is in front of the tire's contact patch. Moving forward, you can see how a wheel would self-align itself. Number 95. Locking lug nuts didn't become a thing until alloy wheels became popular in the 2000s and thieves realized their scrap metal value.
Oh,
Number 96. Rotating tires, by that I mean switching fronts and rears every 5,000 to 8,000 miles, evens out the wear. Front tires wear faster due to steering and most cars' front weight bias.
Put my pants on cause my wife just came home.
Number 97. It's estimated that around 10 Americans are killed by runaway tires every year. Yes, she survived. I can't really show people dying here, I mean, come on. Number 98. NASCAR tires have what NASCAR people call inner liners. I call them like I see them. Tires within tires. In case the outer one blows up, the driver can hopefully still limp back to the pits to get it replaced. That can explain why each wheel has 2 valve stems. Number 99. The four-wheeler drift competition has a rule where only street-legal off-the-shelf tires are allowed. With normal use, they'll last a couple of years, but here, less than 2 minutes. Number 100. See how some blocks have fewer elements while others have more? And even if the number is the same, the size isn't? This is called the pitch sequencing. Turns out, when all those blocks are the same, the tires will produce a louder and more droning noise than if you change them up a little. And finally, number 101. What are tires made of? Maybe we should have started the video here. Rubber, steel wires, some textiles, and 197 other things if Bridgestone is to be believed. I'd really like him to see the list out all those things because 200 smells like bullshit to me. And that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. I'm out.
I've been drinking since 8 this morning.